Okay, folks, what I wanted to do now is to go over Blackboard with you so that you understand a little bit about what you need to do in Blackboard. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to go to eCollege. I'm sorry, Blackboard. And so we're going to go to Odessa.edu and to get to Blackboard. So you get to it probably a different way, but I'm just going through my regular method, and it shouldn't impact anything. So this is mostly to show you how to get around. Your course is Introduction to Digital Media. Now, I receive a few calls, mostly to clarify things. So here is a couple of things I want to clarify. When you log into the course, you're going to see the announcement. This right here is the announcement, right? It has information about the class, how things are going, and what's new, what do I need, what am I expecting from you this week, and so on, right? Make sure you look at this at the announcement at least once a day because things change, and I want to update you as things change. Now, if you go to the course information, this is about your course, right? Of course, you can get the syllabus here, and so on. So you probably have done that already. You can click here. That would take you to the syllabus. And here's the syllabus, right? It's about me, and then about your book. And remember, we have two books. This is the one we're going to need right now. Now, as time permits, I may come back and start covering Flash. If we do not run out of time, then you will have to purchase this book. For right now, this is the one I want you to focus on. Now, this is how to purchase the software, and I've showed that to you in a video already, right? If you have a question here, call me or let me know what kind of question you have. Otherwise, you should be good to go. Now, further down, this is your grading, right? How we're going to grade. 35% of your grade is going to be on your projects. And of course, we're going to have quizzes and a final exam. Participation is 10%. Discussion board is 15%. Now, this is the grading. The grading scale, 90 to 100 is an A, and so on, right? Self-explanatory. Now, this is kind of a schedule of what we're going to look at. Nothing major here. This is what is expected of you, and a lot of the rest of the material at the bottom is about policies and procedures that is standard to Odessa. Now, for Module 1, these are things that you need to do for Module 1. Okay, Module 1, this week all the way to 8:30, right? 8:30 right here. We need to look at Lesson 1, and if you had watched the video, it explained a little bit that if you are new to Photoshop, you need to jump to Lesson 2 and then come back to Lesson 1. Okay? You need to cover all three, number 1, number 2, and number 3. Lesson 3 is about bridge, and we talk a little bit about bridge already in the previous YouTube. Now, what do you have to turn in? Now, what do you have to turn in here? You have to turn in the projects. Let's understand a little bit about the projects. Okay, so I was talking about doing the assignment. So, for example, let's look at week 1 here. So we have an assignment to do. Remember, we have discussion. We'll go back to that in a second. Discussion here. You need to look at your book for these things, and you need to take the quiz. And remember, you are just taking the quiz in the book, so nothing here to do. to send me, but here's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the projects, right? Project requirement and project. So if you look at your book, project 2-3, page 51. Okay, so if I go to page 51 and I'm looking at project 2-3, okay, it says you have experience working in the various screen module, but you did not, but did you know you can modify the background color of a full screen, right? And it says open up the file ps0201.psd. Now, where do you find that file? Now, let me show you where you find the file. Now, you need to go to coursework. Once you go into coursework, you need to go down to student data file, right? And you have to download this and unzip it. You need to download, you go here, you say, actually you click on it to download it, and you unzip it. And I've just done that in another screen. So let me show you what you're going to see once you download it and zip it. Now, this is the downloaded file. Now, this is lesson number 2, right? This is the downloaded file right here. And we're going to click on it. You go to lesson number 2, and PS0201 is right here. This is the file you need to open. So if you double click on this and you have downloaded the application, it would open this file. It takes a little bit of time because it is a graphics file, and it does take a long time. So it's going to open this, and then you execute these activities that you need to do. I'm waiting for it to open, and as I said, it takes a little bit of time. So a little patience here help, and I'm never patient. So let's see if it opens up. Okay, here is the file being opened. Okay, this is what you have to do. Here is the file that you're going to work with. Okay, now I'm going to close this just to show you other things, right? So let me just minimize it so in case it's still not open. So going to minimize it here. So but all your files, all your data is in that student data. So remember that it is in that student data file. Here is the student data file, right? We're going to make reference to that fairly often. So remember to go to the student data file. Now, let me go back to the coursework. Remember we talked about discussions? Well, to get to your discussion, you come here. Okay, under coursework discussions. And your first discussion, remember you need to introduce yourself. So you come here, you click on student here, and then you say, okay, we're going to create a thread. This is me. So Dr. Kunchberry. And you can write a little about you. I am a remote, I can't spell here, remote faculty in Dallas. And I'm going, when you are ready to submit, you just click on the submit button, which is right here. Click submit, and that's your discussion. Okay, let's go back to the coursework. Right, my screen's a little small here, so I'm moving this a little bit so you can see all of it. Right, this is your assignment. This is where you know what to do every week. So you click on assignments, and this is your week. This is week 1 assignment. Right, this is what we're trying to get to this week. That's what we're going to learn. Then you go to week 2 assignment. Right, so get to know your workspace. right? And these are, if you're planning to take the exam, this is what you need to focus on. This is week 3, Adobe Bridge. Week 4, Photoshop Basic, and so on and so forth, right? I said week, I meant module, okay? It's not quite week because on 8/24, we need to do 1, 2, and 3. So be careful with that. On 8/31, we need to do 1, 2, and 9/7, we're going to have to do a few of them. So just for you to be clear with this, I don't want to confuse you, but that's what you have to do. Remember, this is your data file, and here are some tutorials that will help you with your assignment. Now, what do you turn in? You do a screenshot. So Shift Print Screen, save that into Word, paste it in Word, and that's what you turn in every week for every project. Okay? So I'm going to sign off before it gets to be too long. I see it is already 11 minutes. And remember, at 15 minutes, it just abruptly shut off. So I'm going to shut this right here. I hope you understand what we need to do for this week.